And a jolly good morning to you from a bright and sunny and nicely warm, with a slight coolness in the air, Wrocław here in southwest Poland. Now, first off, I have done one or two other vlogs on Wrocław, one in particular around about during the Christmas markets, and another one during the summer months a few years ago. So today's kind of just a bit of an update and a walk around a different part of this fabulous Polish city. So if you have seen any of the others, then this one will be slightly different. If you haven't, then sign up to the channel, subscribe, and maybe have a look at those before or after you look at this one. I'm on the north side of the Oder River, which runs through the city, and just over there is the old town area. You can't really see it from here, but trust me, just over there is the old town and the old town market square, and where most of the action happens. As I say, I've done vlogs from over there before, so today I'm going to do one from this side of the river, and I'm heading towards the Botanical Gardens, which I believe are not too far in this direction. As always, not too much homework has been done, and I'll just follow my nose as usual. Wyspa Słodowa Island. Good morning. There were some islands in the Oder Valley. In it, some Slavs refined as beavers. They skinny dipped, danced, dozed off without quilts. Not quite a year, not quite a mile until Hobre. What's Hobre? After some wine practices, courting, before I don't know what is all of that. So let's have a look at Słodowa Island. Looks like a good place to maybe grab some breakfast. I won't bore you with that, but yeah, there's lots of little islands here on the river around Wrocław. As I say, the old town over there, and not really walked around this part of the city before, except when I was going to a music venue. Was over this way somewhere, but that was late at night in the middle of winter, and I think it was pouring with rain, so I didn't hang about. But it's a beautiful day today, absolutely gorgeous, and it's still about 9 o'clock in the morning, maybe just after. And yesterday was Corpus Christi. It was a public holiday here in Poland and in many other parts of Europe, in particular the predominantly Catholic countries. I'm guessing it's just a normal working day today. Very strange buzzing noise coming from over there. Not quite sure what that's all about. Park Plaza Hotel, probably one of the more expensive establishments in the city. Interesting list of do's and don'ts in here, but clearly dressing like a Frenchman is allowed. Apologies to any French people watching. So I think you can hire some boats just over there, or pedalo type things, or little electric boats. The busies. Oh no, it's an ambulance. There's a little collection of islands just here, and they all seem to be, well, they are all interconnected with little bridges, little footbridges to get from one to the other. So I'm just going to have a little wander here. Once I get off the other end of this island, which seems to be the biggest of them all, we should be quite close to the Botanical Gardens. That's one place I've definitely not been to before, so that's off in that direction. But as I say, I'm going to head over there, have a little look around, and see what else there is to see in here. But this is a nice place to spend a while. I imagine this restaurant here is open in the evening times, or certainly at the weekends. Looks like it's got a rooftop area there. I'm not sure if that's open to the public. I say it's a Friday morning on a normal work day, so many of these things won't be open yet. Beautiful city, Wrocław. Said it before, I'll say it again. I've not said it on this particular vlog so far, but it is my favourite city in Poland. It's very much like Kraków, if you've been to Kraków or like the city. I find it very similar in many respects. Perhaps not quite as many historic remnants, but it's certainly a beautiful city. The main thing being really is it's not completely overrun with tourism, the same as Kraków is, but certainly worthy of a visit. And if you're flying from the UK, it's very well connected from most airports, with the usual suspects such as Ryanair and Wizz Air. And if you're already in Europe, it's also very well connected by trains from within Poland and from over the border in Czechia, Germany, and so on. Not too difficult to get here at all. Would highly recommend it. It's an interesting thing there. I'm not sure if I can get to it actually. Yeah, I must be able to. Wrocław floodway system, that's saying. So yeah, as you walk around, there's lots of kind of locks and sluices and so on to keep the water level around the city itself at a regulated level. And earlier on, I saw one of the sluices opened, releasing some water. So obviously rivers, the river itself will go up and down with the seasons. And yeah, I think pretty much the whole city is surrounded, almost like a moat. I just have to go and visit this silver thing here. No idea what it is, but it looks quite interesting. I think they're going for the look after the butterflies and insects vibe in this particular park. Everything's quite overgrown, or I should say being allowed to grow and not be all chopped down, to give some of the insects a bit of a chance. Wildflowers and all that kind of good stuff. This is an interesting structure. Presume you can walk inside it. This must light up nicely at night. I see some lighting on the floor here. This probably looks quite spectacular. It mirrors you quite a bit actually. I'm trying not to get myself on the reflections too much. So just sort of skirting around the Old Town area to the south. As I say, we're on the north side of the river here. And the Oder kind of comes from the south of Poland in the mountains, up through, and ultimately ends up in the Baltic Sea. It sort of starts flowing from east to west here until it reaches the German-Polish border, where it swings north again, and in the main forms part of the border right the way up to the Baltic Sea. And obviously, as soon as I start speaking and talking about plants not being chopped down, there's somebody over there chopping all the plants down, all the weeds. One of the main stopping off or border points that aren't really border points anymore, because both Germany and Poland are in the Schengen area, is a place called Frankfurt Oder, not to be confused with the big Frankfurt am Main in Germany. Frankfurt Oder is a smallish border town. Frankfurt am Main is a huge city. Significant little gate with no signage. That'll be easy to ignore. Well, I just saw somebody heading down there, so I'm going to do the same. Looking out for trams, obviously, and BMWs. It was almost like he was aiming for me then. Got 2 words to describe people like that drive around in cities at that speed. The second word is end. I won't say the first one. Nice looking building. So in English, albeit it's spelt incorrectly, cruises. In Polish, I'm presuming the same word is the racer, and good old German, Kreuzfahrten. You gotta love German. Fun boat. Just setting up ready, I think. Just had to navigate my way through a large group of what appeared to be Chinese or Japanese tourists, and a large group of them that have made their way here, all taking pictures of the lovelocks. And over another bridge now. This is a lovely little part of the city that, as I say, I've not been over here before, so this is a nice exploration for me this morning too. I say in the Old Town area, in the main part of the city, can get quite busy, but over here is fantastic, lovely and quiet, and very picturesque as well. There's another of our little gnome friends. If you don't know anything about the dwarves, or dwarves as they call them here, I call them gnomes. If you've not heard about the dwarfs of Wrocław, Google dwarfs of Wrocław and it'll tell you all about it. They're all over the place. There's quite a lot of them, and it's quite a game, especially for the younger generation, going around seeking them out. And quite cute little things, really. This is beautiful just here. Absolutely stunning. And apart from, I say, a big group of tourists who are busy taking pictures of all the dwarfs, There's not really that many people around this morning. I assume they've all turned up in a coach, hence why they're all here together. And look at that. So that's the cathedral. Certainly a very big church if it's not the cathedral. What a lovely atmospheric place. So back in the direction I've just come from is the Botanical Garden. So I'm just going to have a look around here and head up to said Botanical Garden. There's a signpost saying that there's free internet down here. I wonder if that works. Seems to be a lot of emergency services activities going on this morning. Right, so we're at the Botanical Gardens now, which costs 30 zloty for adults and 20 for concessions, senior citizens over 60, children and so on and so forth. So that's what 30 zloty is £6, £4, and I suppose that's approximately £6, €8, and €5. I don't know. I can't do the sums this morning for some reason. Anyway, we're in here, and lots of useful maps. Very tranquil places, Botanical Gardens. I'm hoping there's a little cafe actually, because I'm probably ready for something to... oh yes, in fact I can see information, pamiatki, whatever that is, and kava, which is coffee. So I'm going to have a little look in there. And of course a shop. I better not sit down in here. There's the pump sound of birds. They'll send me straight off to sleep, and water running. I don't know what that matting is, but man, it makes a satisfying sound. and I can imagine on bare feet that feels absolutely fabulous. I'm not going to take my shoes and socks off to find out, but I'll imagine it does. Suddenly the temperature rises by about 30 degrees Celsius. Maybe not quite that much, but this is the cactus house. I like a cactus, or cacti. Ooh. It's like a sauna in here. There's something very, very satisfying about this botanical garden. Not least the sound of the gravel. Right on the north side of the city, north of the river I should say, close to the centre of the city. As you can probably hear the traffic in the background, which is quite a bit noisier at this end. I'm up at the far end, if you like now. We're almost at the far end. Whereas the area around where I came in was a lot more tranquil and peaceful. But still very nice indeed. The Arboretum. If that's your bag, there's some useful little signs on all the trees telling you what they are. In Latin, in Polish. Get your translator out. If it was a really, really hot day, this would be an absolutely fantastic place to go and sit. There's plenty of seats there. Getting absolutely showered with the well, I've just been showered. Fantastic. With the, what do you call it? The watering of the grass. Well, that just about does it here in the Botanical Gardens. I've spent a good couple of hours here. Oh, that's massive, isn't it? That is huge. Yeah. So I'm going to head on out, see what else we see on this side of the river in Wrocław before I call it a day on this particular video. I'm sure there'll be a little bit more to see yet. Lovely little snack break there in the Botanical Garden cafe. So I'm just going to head out now and going to carry on a bit of a circular walk back to my accommodation, which will also skim going round the Old Town area as well. So we're going to get a bit of that thrown in today, see what's happening over there. And yeah, this is turning into a very nice little walk on a different side of the river, and then back over on the side of the river that most people will see and spend most of their time at. Definitely worth a trip to the Botanical Gardens though. It's a museum, I think. Just saw something advertising Egyptian mummies. Must have borrowed one from Egypt. Right, just going to take a walk along the river now, and just down this busy road just for a moment, just to my right there. One thing I've said on many of my videos actually, and I stand by this, is cities with large student populations, universities and so on, rivers and trams, preferably all three, have got a great atmosphere to them. Not, you know, just the fact that there are students, a lot of young adults, a lot of things set up for them. The place has just got that feel about it. Love trams, love rivers, and they always make a city for me. So Wrocław certainly has all three of those, and much more besides. I do highly recommend it. As I keep saying, sorry to keep saying, it is my favourite Polish city, and nothing on today's little wander around and this visit, other than the slightly, let's say, unfortunate situation regarding the accommodation. That's mentioned in another video, incidentally. If you find that one, you're quite clear which one it is from the title. But other than that, great city. Great for walking around, easy to get about if you use public transport, and it's got the vital river going through it as well. So yeah, it's why I like Poznan as well, for the same reasons really. Just come up to the river now again. Kind of splits around Wrocław and circles the city, and I suppose a lot of engineering's happened over the years to use the water for commercial purposes. So I'm not quite sure how far along here I'm going to be walking, but Google Maps seems to be sending me towards that bridge over there. Most hang on, let me look again. Grunwaldzki, which I'm presuming is Greenwoods Bridge, most being a bridge. So I'm heading to some spot that's shown on Google Maps with a little camera. Up there somewhere, it's on this side of the river, so obviously been sent over. Bit cooler out here with a nice wind blowing along, very nice. So, I've arrived at yet another park, or maybe it's all part of the same park, I don't really know, but there's a lot of park here, and I haven't really got time to spend too much time in said park, but this is again well worth time to head on over and spend some time in relative peace and tranquility compared with the centre of the city. We'll start heading back in that direction now and complete this circular route back to this accommodation I was staying at. I say was because, well, if you check out my other video, it'll be already out a couple of weeks ago by the time this is released, and it'll explain all that unfortunate situation. Probably first world problems really, all in all, but all the same, when people advertise or don't advertise correctly what they're selling, then I think you've got to stand up and say something sometimes. So anyway, basically I'm moving house to another accommodation where hopefully I'll be able to get some better sleep tonight. So anyway, that's in another video. I shan't bore you with the details here. You can go and find that if you're interested. Yeah, I'm going to head back towards, I wasn't going to go into the Old Town area, but I think just the natural way of things and the route will take us back through there and back round to where I was staying last night. Little children's playground just along here, sand pits and all that sort of stuff. Gonna switch the camera off for obvious reasons. Don't want to upset any parents and grandparents. So heading back in through the sort of suburbs really, or the outer part of the centre, and I shall come back on if I see anything of interest along the way. We're just walking along a road and tram line at the moment. And past a massive deep hole. I don't know what they're putting in there. Swatty pies. Peas. I was thinking golden pies. 23 at the moment apparently, but the breeze is quite refreshing, thankfully. Lovely day for walking about. People on bikes really need to look where they're going. So that's really it, back in the city centre in the Old Town area now. Just had a nice walk around a different part of Wrocław, the one that didn't really feature in my other video that I did. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you haven't seen the other one and would like to, then go back and have a look. I've got lots of playlists of videos from around Poland, Germany, the UK, Bulgaria, Spain, quite a few different places, and some other stuff besides that. So thank you for watching. If you liked it, click on the like button, subscribe, press the yellow bell, all that kind of good stuff. You know the drill. And I'll catch you in the next one. By the way, hopefully, if you've seen this one, or you haven't seen this one, but you want to know what happened regarding the accommodation, then check that video out. It'll already be out somewhere, probably been out a couple of weeks. And I'll let you know what booking.com said to me about this. So, from Wrocław, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.
Kolejka, bo do tego baru ta kolejka jest.